The place that produces all of the top WWE superstars is known as the WWE Performance Center. This massive 26,000 square foot facility in Orlando, Florida is essentially like a factory where all of the next big things in the WWE are made. It's also basically like a farm system or a training ground where prospects get to develop their characters and hone their skills before they get called up to the main roster. And since it's the official training facility of the WWE, it's definitely got some of the best amenities and equipment of any wrestling school out there. So here's everything you need to know about the WWE Performance Center. First, we'll start off with the gym, which is equipped with all of the standard free weights, cable machines, benches, stability, balls, medicine, balls, jump ropes, speed bags, and anything else that you would expect to find in a normal gym. Next to the production office, you have the conference room, which is where Triple H holds his infamous PC meetings. And right across the hall from the conference room is the medical center. So when you train at the WWE Performance Center, you have the option of living in one of the apartments provided by the company. These apartments are located right across the street from the PC, and they are pretty nice. All of the equipment is top of the line, and it's always in great condition. The staff at the PC are very friendly and helpful, and they are always willing to go the extra mile. Overall, it's a great place to train, and it's a great place to learn. Since it first opened its doors in 2013, the PC has helped to launch the careers of some of the biggest stars in WWE history. It's a place where the next generation of WWE superstars are made. It's a place where dreams are realized and where legacies are started. If you have the passion for professional wrestling and you're willing to put in the hard work, then the WWE Performance Center might be the place for you. The first ever NXT champion, Adrian Neville, trained at the PC, and so did the first ever NXT Women's Champion, Paige. Other notable alumni include Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke, Nakamura, Asuka, The New Day, Alexa Bliss, Big Cass, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Bobby Roode, Charlotte Flair, Chris Hero, Ciampa, Drew McIntyre, The Ember Moon, Gable Steveson, Isaiah Scott, Jackson Riker, Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee, Lacey Evans, Leon Ruff, Matt Riddle, Mia Yim, Mike Kanellis, Piper Niven, Roderick Strong, Seth Rollins, Shayna Baszler, Tyler Breeze, Velveteen Dream, and Zelina Vega. Each apartment has its own living room, kitchen, 2 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms. So basically, you could live there with a friend or family member if you wanted to. They are experienced, knowledgeable, and passionate about what they do. They are also very tough on the trainees, but it's all in an effort to make them better wrestlers. The trainees are pushed to their limits both physically and mentally, and they are expected to improve every day. If you're not willing to put in the work, then you probably shouldn't even bother showing up to the Performance Center. The apartments are fully furnished, and they come with all of the amenities that you would expect. There's a washer and dryer, a dishwasher, a microwave, cable TV, and Wi-Fi. Plus, the rent is pretty cheap, especially for the location. The medical team at the WWE Performance Center is world-class, and they take care of all of the wrestlers who train at the facility. Both rings are full-size, and they are both used for training purposes. The main ring is the one that's featured in all of the videos, and it's the one that the wrestlers use for their matches on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The schedule is dedicated to the development of the wrestlers, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's dedicated to the production of NXT. On Saturdays, PC hosts open workouts where people can come in and try out to be a part of the WWE. Anyone can attend an open workout, but it's important to note that you must be at least 18 years old, and you must be in good physical condition. The secondary ring is used for smaller classes and for teaching new trainees the basics. The secondary ring is also where they do all of the enhancement talent tryouts. When a wrestler gets hurt, they go straight to the medical center, and the doctors do everything that they can to get them back in action as soon as possible. The wrestlers lift weights 3 days a week, and they also use the gym for rehab and for staying in shape when they re-injured. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host. And let's get into the first point of this episode. The yoga studio is also where they do all of the stretching, and the wrestlers usually do yoga and core work here. Right down the hall from the yoga studio is the cafeteria. The ring is surrounded by mirrors on 3 sides so the trainees can watch themselves perform, and they can see how they look from different angles. The mirrors also allow the coaches to see the trainees from behind, which is important because they need to be able to see everything that's going on. The ring is also equipped with all of the latest technology, so the coaches can add things to the ring like LED, lights or pyrotechnics, to make the training experience more realistic. There isn't really much to say about the cafeteria, except that it's the place where the wrestlers eat their free meals. The food in the cafeteria is actually surprisingly healthy, and the wrestlers are encouraged to make good choices while they at the Performance Center. Before we get into everything else, it's important to note that if you want to see what it was like when it first opened, the original PC is still around and it looks almost identical. At the original PC, the offices are above the warehouse, which houses all of the production sets, ring and workout equipment, and other miscellaneous stuff. On the main level, you have the ring, the locker rooms, and the medical center. On the second floor, you have more office space and an elevated walkway that overlooks the ring. Above the PC is the FCW Arena, which used to be Florida Championship Wrestling, which was one of the WWE's developmental territories. The arena has bleachers and can seat about 250 people. If you look at the Performance Center in 2013 and you look at it now, it pretty much looks the same. Now, written above the front desk, as you walk further into the lobby, you will pass by pictures of some of the most famous alumni from the Performance Center. There's obviously Roman Reigns, but there's also Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and the list goes on. The only thing that's changed is the logo outside. But inside, everything is basically exactly how it was when it first opened, with a few additions here and there. The main building is dedicated to the developmental wrestlers, and the offices are in a separate building across the parking lot. Now, when you walk into the main entrance of the PC, you are greeted by the iconic squared circle design on the floor and the words, "The future is but now." Let's go over the actual training facility itself. It's right next to the gym is the yoga and Pilates studio. On the other side of the PC, you have the production office, which is where they shoot all of the NXT promos, and where they come up with all of the storylines. Then, of course, there's the ring. The ring is the heart of the WWE Performance Center, and it's where all of the wrestlers come to train. So now, let's talk about the dorms. Now, the PC has two rings, a main ring and a secondary ring. In terms of the layout of the training facility, there's really not much to say except that it's very spacious, and it's very well organized. The Performance Center is open Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, the trainers at the PC are some of the best in the business. And finally, let's talk about some of the notable alumni of the WWE Performance Center. The WWE Performance Center is more than just a training facility. That's all for this video, guys. Hey, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.